They got a Triceratops in front of us. Their dude is over there. There's two T-Rexes, bro.
What
There's
the?
two T-Rexes and a Triceratops.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Glorifies. And today we have a Krieger review of his overall how you should play him as a tank and what his modules do. Okay, first up we have Scatter Shot. Scatter Shot increases the bullet spread when the weapon is firing at maximum fire rate and moderately increase the time it takes for your weapon to overheat. So what that means is that you're gonna be able to shoot your weapon for longer with an increased spread. So you know how most games when you're hip firing and stuff like that, your accuracy decreases. Basically, what it's saying. But the great thing about this is, for this year factor of the game, how it plays and stuff like that, is that Krieger's weapon, whoever is hit by it, like any raptors and stuff like that, raptors are stuck in place where they get hit. It excels at suppression fire, meaning when he's shooting the whole crowd of people with his weapon, and you got scatter shot on, everyone inside that circle, all the raptors in that circle, will be stuck in place when you're shooting when they get hit, because it stops them in the tracks. And this is really good because it also increases the time it takes for. This is also really good because it increases the amount of time it takes for your weapon to overheat, meaning you can keep them in place for longer. Now, scatter shot compared to rapid shot, it always allows a weapon to be fired at maximum fire rate. So your weapon will always be your weapon will always be shooting at the max speed it can. But this does not increase the amount of time it takes for the weapon to overheat. So your weapon will still be overheating in about like 10 to 15 seconds, which is bad in my opinion. It's just the amount of time it takes for him to fix his weapon, like reload it, if you want to say per se. But it takes him way too long to do that, and the animation is slow, and you can't run while doing it. So I think it's not as good as the others. Well, as Scattershot for Module 1 slot. And it's just worse. It don't got that increased bullet spread, which is good for PvP, but it still overheats too fast. That's why I would definitely suggest using Scattershot for PvE and PvP for the sheer fact that you get that increased time it takes for your weapon to overheat. And the bullet spread is really nice because you get to shoot for longer. I mean, it's going to be a little less damage, but like you can shoot for longer, and it's just easier to hit your targets. Next up for Module 2, we have the Sturdy Dome and the Electro Missile. Sturdy Dome is really good for PvP. It's really good because you get the extra 400 health duration on it, so enemies can shoot at it while y'all shooting at them. You know what I mean? You can just shoot at them while his shield is up. Roadblock can't do that. He had to hold up his shield, and he can't do extra damage like Krieger can. So Krieger is really good. So you throw up your shield, your whole team can do damage from inside that shield. You ain't got to worry about them taking any damage because it knocks out XL fighters as well when used, and it gets the increased health. So they be shooting at your shield while you're already mowing them down, shooting at them. That's really good, but the downside is it increases the cooldown time by 4 seconds. Even that, it increases the cooldown time by 4 seconds, even on maximum 5, which actually sucks because that means it's going to take you longer to get it back. Now, Electro Missile, if you didn't know, you can actually stun or paralyze exo fighters. So the Electro Missiles is greatly increase the chance of paralyzing dinosaurs, and it temporarily reduces movement speed of exo fighters. So if you're trying to get a witch, what's her name? Skywave, I think her name is. You try to get her, and you hit her with that, bro, because she's flying up in the air. She'll move slower, so it makes it easier for you all to hit her. Especially Krieger, his weapon absolutely counters her because it also stops her health regen process. So she'll have to escape you before before she dies. Electro missiles is also really good because it takes I think it's 2 or 3 bursts of the missiles to actually paralyze a dinosaur, even with this on. But it's going to be a rare chance that you actually see it when you're actually using the other one. Well, Sturdy Dome instead of Electro Missile because you don't got that increased chance of paralyzing dinos. Electro Missile is really good for PvE and PvP in my opinion. But I would recommend using either one. It's up to you depending on your playstyle. If you want a more durable shield while you're playing, or if you want, increased chance of stunning dinos. They're both really good, and they also slow exo fighters. So they're both really good for PvE. Sturdy Dome, I wouldn't really suggest it for PvE all like that, because I mean the 400 health is good and all, but dinos still basically one shot it. Quick tip for Sturdy Dome is that if you're going to use it, don't use it on top of the dino, on top of a large dino like your Triceratops and stuff like that. Don't break it immediately, and then you gotta wait the full duration. That's why Sturdy Dome is not the best, because it has that increased 4 seconds, while a Carnosaurus is just running rapid on your faces. So I think Electro Missile would be better for it, because you don't really need to increase 400 health when you're just blocking off raptors anyway and stuff like that. But that's just my opinion. But next up we have the Thrust Enhancer, his module 3 slot. His module 3 slot has his modules are the Thrust Enhancer and the Thrust Dash Plus. Thrust Enhancer is really good if you're trying to knock back dinos. That's basically what it's telling you. Increase the chance of knocking back enemies. But you got the great thing about it is that the reduced 5-second cooldown, which I'm saying is it's good. It's really good. The 5-second cooldown reduction is really good for the sheer fact that you can knock more dinos back at a shorter decreased cooldown. Why wouldn't you want that? You know what I mean? The other one, Thrust Dasher Plus, reduces flinching while this ability is active. I never in my life, I don't understand what the heck the flinching is on this game. I don't know if they mean like your character like staggering or something like that. If that's the case, it's really good, but I don't know really. I don't flinch much on the game, that to the point where, you know, it's like, wow, I need reduced flinching. But it temporarily increases your defense when used, which is good for PvP. So, like I said, I don't really notice the effects of flinching or like that much on this game. But, you know, if you recognize it more than I do, then I'd suggest going for the reduced flinching, because if it interrupts you from shooting and stuff like that, definitely get it, and you get the increased defense for it. That is good for PvE. Well, PvP more than I think it is for PvP. Like I said, because you don't really recognize the flinching. I think you'll recognize it more if you're facing other exos. But increases the chance of knockback on the Thrust Enhancer is really good with the 5-second reduced cooldown, because you can move and evade more often, and you can knock back more enemies. It's not a 100% chance at the base. So if you don't got Thrust Enhancer on, you ain't going to be knocking back like 10 dinos at once raptors at once when you dash and stuff like that. It's just not going to happen. But I mean, it might happen since it has a chance, but increases the chances of knocking back enemies. I don't say how much more, you know, you have a chance of knocking back any enemies, but you'll be able to knock back like a pretty good sizable amount of dinos when you're using your Thrust Enhancer. What I would recommend for a PvE build, Scattershot. Always go Scattershot. If you got it, go it. Level it up. It's really good, especially at level 5, where you moderately increase the time it takes for your weapon to overheat. Really good. A PvE, like I said, Scattershot, go Electro Missiles, so you can, you know, paralyze dinos more. And if you ever get a PvP one at the end, it reduces the movement of exo fighters, giving you an easier shot on them with your Scattershot. And last but not least, honestly, I'd go Thrust Enhancer over Thrust Dash Plus. Thrust Enhancer really gives you that extra cooldown time, and it gives you more chance of knocking back enemies. You can knock them off cliffs. You can, you know what I mean, with an increased chance. But if that doesn't work, you can always go for the ultimate charge, the upgrade module for your ultimate charge, or what's the other one? I don't really know if the reload speed works on it. I gotta test that, but if it does, I definitely go for that, so you can reduce the rate that your cooldown weapon, how fast you cool down your weapon, because it takes way too long to cool down your weapon. That is one thing about Scattershot I forgot to mention, that it does increase the amount of time for your weapon to overheat. That also means it increases the amount of time it takes for you to cool down your weapon. So your cooldown speed is going to go down slower, because you got more charge in it. So yeah, those are the builds I recommend for him. His ultimate is really good AoE. A quick tip for his ultimate is when you use it, make sure you have your dome up. If you have your dome up, when you use your ult, you'll be able to use your ultimate and then back up outside of your ult and use your dome so that the edge of your dome is still in your ult. So any raptors or anything like that get stuck at it and they'll be stuck in your ultimate. Any raptors, any large dino, if you can keep them in there even a little bit longer, you'll be doing that extra damage that can actually just destroy their health. You know what I mean? I think it's like 150 in explosion, which is crazy. So that's really good. And another tip, I don't really know how many people know this about him, but if you jump and then hold down the jump button, he has little boosters. I don't really know what they're really going to be useful for since it only lasts like 2 seconds of you moving up a little higher, but make it help you get to higher places. But yeah, that's a quick little rundown of Krieger and how he should be used and how he should be played as a tank. And yeah, it's been your boy Glorifies. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
They're coming, Ramian. They got a Triceratops in front of us. Their dude is over there. There's 2 T-Rexes, bro. There's 2 T-Rexes and a Triceratops.
Oh shit, blowing up, baby.
Nah, bro, our VTOL's getting fucked up.
Yeah, bro, this thing gone, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Yeah, just restart us. Hey, if they make us restart, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It might be a good idea.
Bags, don't run this shit back. I do not want to be here. I'm over here. I'm still on the floor. Yeah, run that shit all the way back. That was horrible.
I might make sure you kill them all so they get restarted too.
He killed all of you?
Yes. There was 2 T-Rexes, a Carnotaurus, and a fucking Triceratops. Yes.
What's going on, Prince?
I didn't kill none of them.
What did he say?
Yeah, when I say their healer
What about the warship?
Yeah, I broke their warship.
Oh, okay. That restarts them.
Oh, that's what you meant?
Yeah.
I see the T-Rex coming.
There's a Triceratops in front of us.
He said, fuck y'all's attack. Oh. Bro,
I put up my.
how are we supposed to stop these niggas from attacking?
I ulted. Stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. They go to Triceratops. T-Rex is low.
Oh my lord, make them stop!
Bro, facts. This thing's a menace. Whew.